Hello, Sun Prairie Soccer Club. Welcome to week 4 of your training program. Once again, we have the exercises broken down into 3 different groups: speed and agility, strength, and also ball skill, ball mastery. And also we're going to include some additional things as well, something with a trampoline, something with shooting, just because I've been getting some different emails asking about some additional exercises that we could do. So enjoy and have fun. The first exercise in the speed and agility is the jump rope. Here, notice the athlete has cleats on, and also he is jumping in the grass this week. The main reason why we're asking him to jump in the grass is it will force him to jump a little bit higher. The amount of repetitions will also be slower due to the fact that if the jump rope hits the grass, it will delay the speed at which it goes around, and also it could bounce up in the air slightly. Let's see a demonstration. And thank you. Again, athletes, don't get frustrated because you will find it a bit more challenging. Push up off your toes and be explosive. The next exercise in the speed and agility is called big jump, little jump. Here the athlete is standing next to a cone, and 15 yards away is the finish line. What the athlete will be doing is he'll be performing what's called the big jump. He will squat all the way down where his butt hits his heels, and he will explode forward as fast as he can, and then immediately go into 3 small bunny hops, and then right into a big jump again where his butt will touch his heels and he will explode. Once he gets to the end, he will walk back to the beginning. The third exercise in the speed and agility is called the backwards shuffle, or a defensive posture. Here we have the first cone laid out, and then there's a series of multiple cones. Again, you can do as many as you want. And then 15 yards away, there's a gate or a finish line. In this example, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cones, that including the first cone at the beginning. The focus here is to shuffle the feet quickly, and then when you change directions, to quickly try to get to top speed again. Where a lot of athletes will make an error, however, is once they get to that last cone, there needs to be a speed acceleration in that final 4 to 5 yards versus turning and then just jogging to the end. Okay, let's see a demonstration. The next exercise in the speed and agility is called the Brazilian touch. Here, the athlete will take the ball and he will be moving the ball side to side with one foot for roughly 5 or 10 seconds of this demonstration, and then he will be moving the ball over to his opposite foot. One thing I want you to pay attention to is his upper body twisting while he is doing the touch. Secondly, for more advanced players, each time you change direction of the ball, you will be sure to lift your foot up off the ground or off the ball. A player that is just learning this touch, what they will do is they might want to keep their foot on the ball as they change directions. The cones in the background are not in play. Let's see a demonstration. Kids switch feet. And thank you. The first exercise in the strength training program is the push-up. Once again, the athlete will get down into a push-up position where only hands and toes are on the ground. Try to make a straight line versus sagging in the middle or pushing up. And he will perform 5 push-ups where chest touches the ground. Go ahead. 1, 2. The second exercise in the strength training is the Bulgarian split squat. Here, I grabbed a chair which is about knee level of this athlete, maybe a tad bit higher, and I will show you a demonstration from the side and then also from the front. It's very important to make sure you have proper mechanics during this so you do not get knee pain. So here we go. The athlete goes ahead and puts a foot here. Maybe move back just a little bit, please. And from the side view, the athlete will go ahead, squats down, and then comes up. Squats down, comes up. Let's see 3 more of those. Making sure he uses his upper body for balance. Okay, here, the athlete will now switch sides. I'm going to give you a front view as well. When the athlete is performing this, the important part is making sure that knee goes directly forward over the toes and it does not go to the outside or inside. Very important for mechanics. Go ahead. Good, let's see 3 more. Make sure those knees go right over the toes. Good. And 1 more. Thank you. This next exercise in the strength training program is called the Russian twists. Here, the athlete will be sitting down, ball in hand, and when we say go, the athlete will pick his feet up off the ground and he'll be performing a twist motion, setting the ball slowly from one side to the other, making sure, 1, to keep the feet up off the ground, and 2, making sure that he goes nice and slow, not to twist too quickly. Go ahead. Keep your knees and feet together, please. Thank you. The 4th exercise in the strength training program are everybody's favorite, the V-up. Once again, like last week, the athlete will be laying flat on their back, arms up overhead, feet together, please. And let's go ahead and go up and touch. Each time, making sure we come all the way back overhead and then up again. Try to get both body parts moving at the same time. Good. 2 more. And 1 more. The next exercise in the strength portion are called single leg reaches. Here the athlete is going to keep his left foot on the ground, so he will be using his right hand to do the reaches. So he'll reach for his right foot and then comes up. Try to stay nice and controlled. Good. 1 more with that leg. And then he will switch feet. This time the right leg will be on the ground. The left hand will do the reaches. Each time, know the opposite leg extends back and then comes all the way up in between as well. Very difficult move. Some of the younger athletes might want to hold on to something while they're doing this as well. The key is to be nice, slow, controlled. Keep the belly muscles tight throughout. The first exercise in the ball skill, ball mastery are called stair step dribbles. Here for this demonstration, the athlete will be using only his left foot. The grid layout are cones lined up 4 in a row on one side and 4 in a row on the other. Here the athlete will dribble with speed towards the first cone, and then when he gets to the first cone, he will come diagonally backwards or sideways, and then he will accelerate forward again, kind of like a stair. Best way to describe this is a demonstration. Again, anytime we change directions, we're going to be looking for acceleration. Go ahead. So acceleration going forward, rolling over, and that's where the demonstration comes to an end. The next exercise in the ball skill, ball mastery are called shuttle sprints. I forgot to say last exercise we did, those cones were 5 yards apart, both width and lengthwise. So here we can use the same setup of a starting cone 5 yards away, and then 5 yards away more to make 10, and then 5 yards away more to make 15. Here the athlete will take the ball. He will sprint with speed with the ball to the first cone, turn, come back with the ball, like a shuttle sprint, take the ball with and go to the second cone, come back with the ball. However, on the last one, he will leave the ball there and accelerate to the third cone and then come all the way back to the finish. Once again, we're looking for quick feet, touches on the ball, changes of direction, both with and without the ball with speed. Go ahead. The next exercise are called throw-in to targets. Here the athlete will start in a laying down position in between 2 cones, and then when they're ready, they will sit up with speed, and then they will throw the ball as far down the field as they can, and then they will accelerate to the ball by running to it, turning the ball, and returning it with a speed dribble back to the starting gate. Let's see a demonstration. If they're as quick as you can, accelerate all the way through to the ball, back to the starting gate. The next exercise in the ball skill, ball mastery, this is upon request from a few different players, is freestyle dribbling. Here the athlete, depending on age, will have a specific amount of time at which they have to dribble. They can be creative, and they're going to be doing different types of tricks and exploding with speed all over the square. This is a 7x7 square that is set up. Okay, let's see a demonstration. Again, anytime there's a move put on, the key is to make sure that we explode off of it, and the toes have got to be off the ground as quick as possible. All right, thank you for the demonstration. The fifth exercise in the ball skill, ball mastery. This is a challenge out to all the kids in the club, okay? I'm going to give 2 demonstrations of this. And what I would like for everybody to do is I'd like you to log on to the YouTube channel, put your kid's name down and how many they were able to do. I love challenges. Here I have the same 7x7 square with the orange cones. However, that is irrelevant. The cones that really do matter are 3 yellow cones that I have down here. For the younger age groups or kids that are still working on their juggles, okay, what will happen is the athlete will be juggling the ball, and then they're going to kick the ball up in the air, and then they're going to bend down, pick up one of the yellow cones in the middle, and then they're going to catch the ball. If they are able to do that, they get credit for 1. Okay, and then what they would do is if they do get 1, they're going to juggle the ball again, kick the ball up in the air, try to reach down, grab the next cone, and then try to catch it. You will do this until you have completed as many as you can before it hits the ground. Again, these are for some of the younger ones or players that are still working on their juggling skills. Let's see a demonstration. All right, so he get credit for 1, and so he would hold it in his hand. Okay, go ahead and start juggling again. All right, he'd get credit for 2, okay? So now what we will do is another challenge now for more advanced dribble jugglers. This is one that he has never done, and we'll see how he does. So once again, the athlete will be juggling the ball. He will kick it up in the air, pick up the cone. However, instead of catching the ball, he has to return it right back to a juggle out of the air. I would advise players to probably try to take the ball out of the air with their knees. However, you can use your foot if you want. Knees just have a bigger surface area. We'll see how many he can get. Go ahead. All right, so let's go ahead and give it another try. All right, so go ahead and put it down. We'll give him one more try. This is one that's going to definitely take quite a bit of work in order to get these. All right, I did see him do one, so we'll give him one more try. Good. So go ahead and try to do another one. Nope. So the error here is he would need to keep on juggling the ball. You're not supposed to stop. So you got to keep on juggling the ball and then go after number 2. So let's just pretend he was still juggling the ball. Go ahead. Up in the air. So right now he would get credit for 1. He'd set all 3 cones back down and then he would go again. I have 3 cones down because to me that's extremely challenging. I do know there are some kids in the club that can juggle the ball about 1,000,000 times. However, this will be quite a bit different because you got to take eyes off the ball and it's going to come in at different angles since you've taken your eyes off the ball when you reach down to get the cone. So once again, whether you're catching the ball or whether you're continuing the ball, juggling and picking up the cones, please go to the YouTube channel and put in your athlete's name and let's see what we can do. Be proud of what everybody can do. Thanks. All right, everybody, we are into bonus time. I did get a request for people that do have trampolines saying, hey, what can we do with a trampoline? One of my favorite things to do on a trampoline besides just jumping, which is absolutely excellent to do because it builds core strength and it also builds a lot of ankle strength as well. You find a lot of kids that do jump on trampolines have very powerful kicks, whether it's a shot or a chip or whatever, strictly because it builds strength in the ankles. But that's also why we've done things like bounding jumps and things like that on ground because it also simulates the same thing. One of the things that this athlete likes to do with his ball is to do a freestyle dribble. We saw one done on land, but here every time he steps on the trampoline, the ball changes directions. It's very difficult to do, but it also tests your reaction time. So this is one that I would suggest for the person that sent me an email asking for a request on what they could do for the trampoline. So here we go. Go ahead. Quick reaction time is key here. Clearly the ball bounces all over the place using your left and your right foot. So this is one thing that I would suggest if you are looking to do something in the trampoline. Another thing, go ahead and stop. Another thing this athlete likes to do in here as well is to shoot the ball against the side, clearly not with tons of power, okay? But after when the ball's up in the air, working on their first time strike when the ball's in the air. So go ahead. What he'll tend to do is jump and make the ball bounce and then take the ball and put a strike on it. All right, and stop. Okay, the last thing on the trampoline that I would suggest is just juggling. Here you can notice we switched balls out, and I meant to say this on our last challenge that we did on the grass. If you're a beginner juggler or if you want to learn how to do different tricks, I would suggest getting a ball and deflating the ball quite a bit, enough so it can still bounce, but take a lot of air out of it. Or if you're a U9, U10, you're a beginning juggler and you're only getting a couple, take a ball and take air out of it. It really helps soften the touch, and a harder ball, it takes a lot of mastery to be able to know how to control that. You'll find your athlete enjoying juggling as well if you take a considerable amount of air out of it. So here, go ahead and start juggling the ball. On a trampoline, naturally what happens is your weight wants to go backwards because you're sinking into the trampoline. So here the athlete kind of gets forced to stay up on their toes while they're juggling. And again, this is really good for ankle strength. And again, the ball has a considerable amount of air out of it, so it's much easier to control. Performing tricks on the trampoline also quite difficult because as soon as you plant your foot, you sink and you go backwards. Again, anybody that wants the challenge, that's fantastic. All right, give us one last round. Good. All right, thank you. All right, Sun Prairie Soccer Club, that concludes week 4 of our workout. Again, Love the juggling challenge. Want to see who can get the highest numbers. Work hard. Most importantly, have fun this week. Enjoy the weather and stay safe. Thanks, everybody.